Welcome to the Burning Pallets Podcast, sponsored by Texsource. Here's your host, Ryan Boland.
What's going on, guys? Ryan here at Texsource with another episode of the Burning Pallets Podcast. It's been a while since we've done one. Welcome back to the room, Mike.
Yeah, it's we're gonna have to knock off the rust.
Yes, the dust. It's been, I'm gonna say, at least 2 months since. I don't know. I don't want to say that. It's been quicker than that. It's just, but as everybody knows, we are now an M&R dealer, so it's been a lot of not challenges, but a lot of new things coming our way that we've been working on to put us behind. And
it's a monumental shift in Texsource and the history and
good word, monumental.
Yeah, it's huge. I don't know anyone that is in our sales force that is not happy about having Team Blue as the press. I mean, because they're the world leader.
They are. They're the originators of the industry. Not the industry, but just how they've come about with all the equipment. I mean, technology, all of it. It's a lot.
Yeah, I think everybody that tries to be in this industry wants to be like M&R because they do it right.
What is it? They're the final frontier, or they're, what's that saying? Not the final frontier, not, you know what I'm talking about?
I thought I was the one that come up with crazy sayings.
You never heard about that? With the scuba diving and underwater is like the final frontier, like space, Star Wars.
Yeah, or Star Trek, the final frontier.
Maybe it's not the right analogy. I should be bringing it up.
I'm not sure where we've gone down this road.
We've not done a podcast in a while because of all the actually me, you, Adam on the boards. I've been traveling. Went to Chicago, visited the entire M&R shop, which is massive. All the equipment they have, the way they put it together, was really nice to see. Going from Chicago to Baltimore, our Baltimore location, we were there for a while. Then prepping for the Printing United trade show, announcing the M&R deal.
Yeah,
it's been a lot. So I actually missed a podcast. So
we're going to have to get back on the horse and just make this this is a Friday, which I don't know if you looked at the weather forecast, but this is the last hurrah, sunny and 80 degrees, and then it's probably going to snow. It's going to turn to 56 as our high on Monday, I think. So
next week.
Yeah, so it's...
I started wearing pants. I don't usually wear pants. I'm always shorts all the time, but I switched my drawers to pants.
Your drawers,
not
literally.
My underwear drawers, but my rotation.
Yeah.
So I'm actually on the pants now, and it's going to be 80 degrees tomorrow, which is the last weekend in October of 2023.
Yeah,
that's where we're at. In case you're listening this 5 months from now, that's today's date.
Yeah, and we just got back from the Printing United, and that was really our first exposure to a trade show where we were actively promoting and selling the M&R.
Yep.
And then, me and Adam got to kind of slip in last minute, which was really cool. Their prayers can be answered, as it turns out, because
your prayers were answered.
Yeah, I was like, pick me the whole time, and I wasn't going, and I was trying to be a man about it and all, but in the end,
it was really good. It was great that y'all went, because the amount of footage that you got, the TikTok and Facebook and Instagram, all that traffic that you pulled and the videos you took, it was good. So we would translate that into the upcoming shows that will be hosted next year, and it's going to be a lot of fun. But yeah, M&R, Printing United, Texsource, it was a whole ordeal of a reveal that M&R wanted to do out in the industry, letting people know Texsource is on. The trade show was kind of like the reveal. It was happening a couple weeks before that, but the show was actually where the big reveal happened and where we started posting stuff. So, but being a part of M&R is massive because of all the stuff they offer, and the sky's the limit with these guys.
Well, and I think too that
for screen printers.
I think too that the big thing is it would have been one thing to say like, okay, M&R, but the fact that they have this entry level presses that have the M&R name and the quality
autos,
on the autos, that is
pretty.
To me, that was key because we're, we have the small companies that are getting that first auto, and now they can jump into the M&R without having to go like a Gauntlet 4 or something that would break the budget. That is very, very competitive.
And it being an entry level machine. The machine looks pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's not your normal, I mean, it's not your normal auto for one, but the machine from afar, when you're looking at it, it's a very nice looking machine.
Yeah, and I think that people are going to love what it can do. And
I just like the looks of it. I don't care what it can do.
Well, at the end of the day, but the speed too is going to trump anything that anybody that your fastest operator. People all the time. Well, how many can it do an hour? Some of the best operators I've ever worked with on an easy run where somebody else is pushing in the inks and doing all that. The super good ones can get that 700 an hour, but average, you're lucky to get 200 or 300 an hour, depending on the size of your run. So
you can only be as fast as the actual user. You can't.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're hitting 700 an hour, that's good.
Yeah, and like I said, that was in kind of the hot market scenario where you're pushing and you don't have that operator doing anything. We're in a normal company, you're setting up, tearing down, setting up, tearing down. So, but yeah, this Copperhead
series, it's
that's going to be one that I think that's going to be a big. I'm guessing it's going to be the number one auto that we start selling.
Absolutely, the price point on it's perfect. It's right there in the same bounds as other autos, or not other autos, but previous people that we've had, previous companies.
Or other companies that are offering this sort of lower level auto.
We cater to a ton of manual printers. I mean, that's what we like, and we take care of them. We do you guys right, and we try to at least. I mean, I know there's stuff that comes up with UPS and FedEx. It's not Texsource, but UPS and FedEx gets. Anyways, that's off topic. But we cater to a lot of manual shops, and those manual shops grow into autos. And this Copperhead series of autos, again, it's a nice looking press. I keep saying it's nice. It's speed, it's quality, what it puts out, the registration, the squeegee system that they have on this, the floating squeegees on the Copperhead series. It's all well built. It looks cool. It's a cool looking machine.
And from a printer standpoint, it's the fact that the different flashes or configurations you can have with those is going to be huge because you can control the time and temp from the head of, you don't have to run around and switch out the time. And then the one at the show, they had the, and I need to get to know the nomenclatures again, but they had the temperature sensitive one. So as your pallets warm up, you get less flash, and that is something that is
it adapts.
Yeah, especially if you're printing poly, those pallets start warming up instead of scorching stuff, it just turns off quicker. So the fact that you can control that all on the head,
that's part of the ChatGPT AI that I wrote into the system.
Yeah,
that allows it to adapt to the pallets.
Yeah.
So you're welcome.
Yeah, you're welcome, engineers. And then of course they rolled out the Quattro, the DTF industrial DTF transfer printer. So
it's pricey.
It definitely is pricey, but I've talked to some of my peers in the industry, and they understand why that price is what it is.
To the printers that are listening, Mike follows a lot of t-shirt forums, that sort of thing. And there's a lot of direct-to-film t-shirt forums, whatever, or even on the standard t-shirt forums, people complain a lot. And you hear a shitload of complaining about DTF. And we're hoping that the Quattro, not hoping, what the Quattro by M&R is going to be a resolution to a lot of that. It's expensive, but compared to the issues.
For sure. You could go to Facebook right now and join any DTF group, and all you're going to see in there is people saying, what's causing this, or why is my white doing this, or this is clogged, or that's clogged. And that has always been the big sticking point for an entry into the DTF world, is that you can buy them right from China, have them shipped over here, or even buy one from companies we sell a Chinese DTF.
Yeah.
But we can't service it. And
we won't.
Yeah. It's just nearly impossible. But in the end, this is where M&R is stepping in and saying, look, we've redone this thing. We're going to stand behind it, and we're going to be able to help you.
And they didn't rush into the market. They took their time. Just like Texsource, we could have gotten to the direct-to-film equipment 2 years ago. I've been talking about it for 2 years with Alan, our web guy.
Yeah.
And we've tiptoed around this. We have not just jumped all in because we knew there was going to be issues in the beginning of this. It's just the same as M&R. They didn't jump straight in. They knew there was a market for it. There's a reason why they didn't just go all in at once, because you got to test this stuff. You got to make sure it's right. And M&R did it right. I'm going to go and say Texsource did it the right way as well. We just didn't bring in a standard Chinese machine like everybody else in the freaking industry does. We could have, we didn't, for a reason. And
it would have given us a bad name, because
100%.
People would have bought them, and then the first time they're going to
call us.
Clogged head,
they're going to call us.
Even if we said, like, look, we can't service this, they would have still had a bad feeling about it.
So I'm going to say that for some reason the Texsource did not jump in on it. The same reason M&R didn't jump straight into the DTF, and I think we both played the right role in moving into the DTF market.
Yeah, when you talk about to the and this is something that people don't realize what happens on the vendor side when you go to these trade shows and you are a vendor there. Is a big company like M&R, you're going to go there before the show starts so that you can understand a deeper meaning of what's going on with the equipment and how everything's going to go down. So you get this insight that doesn't come out on a product brochure, like the fact that M&R, they literally looked at all the problems and then solved the problems before they put their machine out. And I we can keep talking about that.
They did
it up. But
they did that, and then also, again, just like there's a million DTF machines, there's tons of powder, film, and inks.
Yes.
And M&R went through and sampled 10, 15 of each one of those and made sure to pick the right combination of your inks, film, and powder that's going to work best with the machine. I'm sure at the end of the day you can throw whatever in the machine.
Yeah.
But, I mean, there is something to say with them sampling all of it and making sure to pick the right ones that fit together to give you the softest handprint, the right adhesion. I mean...
Yeah, it's like I said, it's definitely a game changer. And if you think that if you're going to buy this machine, you have to have the need, and they're upfront about that. Would they tell us like 350 designs a day, something like that?
I don't know what they said.
Yeah, there's a qualifier where they literally ask you, like, what are your needs? And as I was talking to people about it at the show, it's that this is an industrial machine, and the speeds we published, we dropped a YouTube video about the speed and a couple smaller short form videos on it, because everybody wants to know how many linear feet I can get an hour. So if you have this machine, this isn't your little Epson DTF that you modified or converted over. This is one that you would be selling DTFs to other people. other people that foolhardily bought a small machine and are showing up in these forums. So that's where I see where's a company at. But if you buy this, you should be selling them to other people as well as doing the designs you're doing in house. And so it was all the buzz at the show. I mean,
unfortunately, I don't want to say unfortunately, but I mean, there's more out there than just direct to film. I mean, a screen printer is not going to survive on direct to film. I mean, you can get a good 50% of the way there, but ultimately you still have to have screen printing.
Yeah, it's definitely one of those things that gets you. You're printing small short runs that are full color that money wise don't make sense to set up on a press. 8-9 color job for a couple dozen shirts. You either order or print out the DTFs and baseball teams. That was something they were doing there. Individualized stuff. So it definitely has its place in the market. But there was a comment on one of the videos I kind of laughed at.
On your video?
Yeah, on one of our Texsource videos about
good
the
or
DTF. Bad? They scoffed. They did the old WTF, and they're like, I thought, printing was this. I forget how they worded it, but it was almost like to say that all this digital technology is taking out like the artisanship of screen printing. But the truth remains is that screen printers are like barbers. That's a regional thing where people aren't going to, they want to communicate and they're forged by relationships. And I would almost guarantee that even our supply business is that way, where the bulk of our customers, if you put them on a pinpoint map, are centered around all of the different locations that Texsource and now Martin supply, because some customers, they want to run in here and grab that 5 gallons of ink and not wait for shipping or pay for shipping. If you're close, you're going to drive in there.
I don't disagree with that comment of what whoever commented, the scoffing on DTF. I mean, you know me, I hate passwords, usernames, change. So just leave it alone. Just let us screen print. But you got to move on with the industry, I know. But I didn't see that comment, so I don't completely disagree with what he's saying.
Well, look, I myself, when I first saw DTF, I was very suspicious. I'm like, this is just going to be a cheap transfer. And it wasn't until I tested it and I found things like doing neck labels and trucker hats where I found that there was this great market for doing stuff that went below our minimums because we were an auto shop. And that's when I put to task, I'm going to see what all, this can do. But what really surprised me is that the Gen Zers, people that aren't in screen printing, that love to feel that screen printed shirt, it was like they didn't care. So every generation just takes
what's a Gen Zer? I don't know the gens and the mins and the maxes.
You're let's see, I'm Gen X and you're a millennial, and then Gen Zers come after you, and then they have a new Gen Z.
Which ones don't like to work? They like to sit at home.
Your generation.
Really?
If you're the junior generation, everybody says, "Oh, those,"
I guess even your generation before that was probably saying the same thing about you. So I guess it's just a cycle.
Yeah, because above me are the boomers, and that's the generation that won World War II, for God's sake. So, how are you going to compete with that?
Speaking of hats, I can't find a good hat. I just went. I got this one.
Yeah,
from our distributors, Order ACC, which is Atlantic Coast Cotton or Carolina Made. I'm going through that cycle again because all my hats, I sweat in them. So I'm trying to make some new ones, get my patches put on there with the Texsource. I can't find a good hat.
So you don't like the R112, the hat?
The
R112? I mean, it looks like you're wearing an R112.
This
That's an R112 knockoff.
This is from the game, I think.
Yeah, it was some sort of like knockoff.
It's good. Anyways, a side note. M&R Texsource, we're moving. We're gonna have a lot of fun with all the different things they have to offer. We'll be teaching classes with M&R equipment. We got a lot of good stuff coming up. You don't even know what's coming up. I'm not gonna tell you because then you'll tell other people. But we got some good things coming up here soon. That it'll take a couple months for it to evolve.
Does it involve travel?
Well, I can talk about that one, but not.
Oh, okay.
The other thing that we're working on, we got a lot of good stuff coming up in the future.
Long Beach?
Well, not that. I'm talking about with equipment and M&R. It's going to be good. But Long Beach, our plan is to be at Long Beach. It's going to be a lot of fun with M&R. I have a couple people there. And speaking of the podcast, you left Thursday.
Yeah.
You had to leave. You didn't want to leave Printing United on Thursday.
No, I looked at Adam and
I
could tell we wasn't going to just hang on our own time. Like, dude,
Adam didn't want to go back. Adam did not want to go back to the hotel and get gang raped by anybody.
Yeah. So, neither did I. But
okay.
Good.
Good to know.
I told you I would sleep in your bathtub.
You could have, but
that was a bad motel room down there. I'm telling you.
Hotel. It wasn't a motel.
Well,
it might have should have been.
Hotel. Yeah, you're right.
Anyway, we signed Mike up a little bit late to go to the show. There was very little hotels left in downtown Atlanta for the Printing United show, so Adam and Mike had to stay off a little ways in their hotel.
Yeah.
And you came back with a few stories, been woken up in the middle of the night, people knocking and yelling. Anyways.
Yeah, both nights. There was a police tape still on my carpet and what I can only assume was dried blood. But other than that, I mean, it was,
it's a little blooding on hurt. It's better.
Yeah, it was dried. It was dried.
It's better than dirty hair and not cleaning the carpet.
So what's this that I don't know about that?
Well, I was getting at you came down for a show on Tuesday. You were forced to leave on Thursday because we didn't have enough rooms for you to stay in.
Yeah.
But in Long Beach, it's going to be different. Hopefully that goes well. It's going to be expensive, but it'll be fun.
And we're trying to collaborate with M&R to do some of this, right?
What I was getting at, why you had to leave Thursday night, we had the Union Aviant guys through their mixer or food or appreciation. It just ended up being like a big mixture of vendors and customers at this Mexican place. And I got to meet the guy at Shirt Show who runs Upstate Merch. And he was really cool. He was nice to talk to. And hopefully we'll be able to do something with him.
Shirt Show. That's
they're big. That's a good one.
Yeah, it's a podcast that's been around for a long time.
Yeah. So I talked to that guy, the main one over Shirt Show and Upstate Merch, and it's going to be a good conversation with him. He's aware of what the plan is in Long Beach, and nonetheless, he was really good to talk to. If you would have been there, you guys would have just kept on and on and on and on.
I'm sure. One of the things too, because people probably know we do all these videos and teach people screen printing and all that. With all of this equipment coming in here and going to be here in North Carolina, that's going to give us the opportunity to lead all the vendors that sell M&R to show people how this equipment works, how it fits into your shop. So it's going to be, I'm going to be the kid in the candy store when all this blue stuff arrives.
Yep.
And I don't know where the hell we're going to put it all, to be honest with you. I mean,
we'll just build another building. If you build it, they will come.
Yeah, for sure. So Texsource is expanding. Martin Supply, Baltimore, they're part of the family.
Classes, it's towards the end of the year. We start doing Texsource calendars. Some of our customers, the current Texsource customers know that we do calendars, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
So we're going to be doing, but we'll start doing classes in Baltimore here soon. We already currently do classes in Georgia and North Carolina, but with a whole new thought process on M&R and incorporating that in the things they have to offer. It's going to open up the doors for more classes, automated classes, all kinds of stuff. So it's going to be big.
Yeah, it definitely is a step, one small step for man, this one giant leap for Texsource.
Yeah, that worked.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited about the future here, just because I love doing the video thing, and it's worked out really well for us.
But speaking of Long Beach stuff like that, this little Burning Pallets podcast, it's a good entry level little sign, but I'm not feeling it.
Well, it could be like a background sign. I didn't want to break the bank.
Now
I thought this was cool.
It's cool, but it's more like a bathroom nightlight. What looks like to me
compared to what you had in your mind.
I was envisioning a big one that's neon. You like Big Daddy in that part of the movie where they said "send nudes."
Yeah,
the big neon. That's what I was thinking we were going to get.
Yeah, and I think this was like $150, and it came with the LED.
Well, now we're $150 down with this one, and then another $300 for another one.
Well, no, this will always serve as a nice, behind somebody or a secondary one. So this is beautiful. I mean, this is
generation one of our signs.
Yeah, and this was handcrafted by Cornbread Creations, one of our mutual TikTok people. And if you get in on this thing, they literally hand painted the flames.
All right, well, so I was knocking that a little bit much. That looks pretty. Looking at it now with the hand painted flames, and okay, so then I take everything I said back. I don't know if in the videos you can't really see it, but getting up close, you can see it.
Yeah,
I did knock it a little too early.
Yeah, and I want to do a TikTok showing this close up. It is small though, because
that's the reason why I don't like it. It should be bigger.
Yeah. Okay, this one will go in my house, when we get the big one. But this is travel worthy. We could pack this up and take.
Speaking of travel, so I didn't even tell you this. So we're gonna do. This is not part of the other thing that I haven't told you yet. So this is the second thing I haven't told you.
Okay.
There's a lot of things that I never get to tell you. I mean, I get busy and all over the place. We're gonna do a little traveling podcast series. We got some people who want to do podcasts with us. It's hard for them to come here, or we're all busy. So hopefully we can figure out a way to schedule it. I know it's coming up in holiday season.
Yeah.
But I do have a good little line. And what I mean by line, a little travel area where we would go and hit a couple.
Yeah.
It might be only 4 or 5 people that we hit, but traveling podcast.
So we're going to go to some of our customers that can share with them or with the audience their success stories. And
and some of these guys, either they'll share the success story or they're going to share their knowledge on direct to film. Or so some of these guys that I know we're going to talk to, they have 10 direct to film machines in the shop.
That's crazy.
4 of them work, 6 of them don't. So
that's why they need a Quattro.
Yes.
Did you sell them a Quattro?
No,
the one. Well, we did.
They're looking at it, but anyways, 6 of them doesn't work, 4 of them do. So they just get the other ones working, and then the other 4 that was working breaks down. That's off topic.
Yeah.
Anyways, we got customers I'd like to go speak to about their knowledge in industry, where they've come from. Some guys have digital squeegees that we're going to talk to who use them. And if you know the digital squeegee, a sucker's massive. Yeah. And their success with digital squeegee versus direct to film. Traveling podcast. So that can be on your radar. So when we go, you were talking about travel size.
Yeah, that's perfect.
That's what brought me into the travel podcast. So we'll take that. We'll take both couches. We'll take the
Are we going to take the couches on the road?
You got to take them on the road.
That's crazy, dude.
No, we won't take the couches, but
we could do a nice table scenario.
Table in someone's office, in a bathroom, in a break room.
The bathtub series. There's good acoustics in bathtubs, in a bathroom scenario.
It will work wherever we can make it work. But anyways, put that on your radar, whether we do it. It's already November, so I mean, it's going to be a little hard to do it November, December.
Yeah.
But maybe January timeframe, we might look at doing that.
And we've got this, I'm waiting to hear back, but we've got this personal training we're going to do. We do usually do classes, but we literally have a guy that wants one-on-one training. He's going to fly down here, and that'll be fun, just working directly with this guy.
You should be going to more shops doing the personal training. I mean, if a shop has they're now becoming more automated because they can't keep the employees.
Yeah.
And so they're turning their shops more into automated in the screen reclaiming room or the art room or home press. But it would be nice to get you out into more shops that can help train the people that come in. So you're talking about the private class. Yeah, that's going to be good. Having the guy come here, you work one-on-one, 2-3 days, whatever it takes, you'll just teach them.
Yeah, and everybody's in a different scenario. So that's what I'm going through right now is the process of saying like, hey, dude, what do you need to learn? You know, what are you going to do? Are you doing a brand? Are you going to do custom stuff? And so do you know art? Do you not? You know, so wherever the hole is in your operation.
Everybody has a hole somewhere. I mean, it's something.
That goes without saying, man, for sure.
I didn't mean it that way, but a hole in their shop. There's something missing in someone's shop. So,
oh shit! This will be a nice highlight for sure.
As we're sitting on upstairs in this couch area,
exactly.
Every shop has something they're missing. So I mean, you lend a hand into all that training.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, well, we all do when we have our classes, but things are changing. Things are growing here. So stay tuned because you're going to see this evolution of Texsource that ever since I've been here, we've been on the move. Martin Supply, and then isn't there another acquisition coming in the fold? Another branch location?
We're working on it. We're not 100% sure just yet. I know there's talks, but we're expanding and moving and never stopping. If you're stopping, you're going backwards, I guess. As everybody says, it's the same old comment that I just used, but same old saying. But we are looking at other locations and moving forward.
Yeah, it makes sense because then your buying power increases with the raw materials and the bigger vendors, and then that gives us more ability to serve people in this competitive.
I mean, I think Texsource is already ahead with the servicing, because the knowledge, the classes, the customer service, the equipment, the videos, we do a crap load of stuff. GSG does pretty good as well. I don't know if you follow them. They're pretty good with their stuff, but it's the same old kind of video. It's still content. So I think I saw something. I follow Gary V, which probably everybody follows Gary V. I mean, he's always said there's no such thing as bad content to post.
Well, did you see the video I dropped before we did this podcast?
Did not.
Okay. You might say that's bad content. I printed this Betty White shirt here. Every rose has his thorn. Betty White holding a dirty, hairy 45.
Side note, when we have to make another white ink, we're going to call it Betty White Ink.
We should. Although she could.
Everybody's heads are being blown right now.
Yeah. Do you think we could be sued for that?
Oh. If you call it BETY instead of BETTY.
Yeah, instead of calling it Betty White Ink, it could be Betty White Ink.
Huh?
Well, I'm just, there's a pause in there.
Oh.
Not Betty White Ink, but Betty White Ink.
Yeah, but Betty White. So what's up with the Betty White shirt?
Well, I did this one screen challenge here, and I don't know if I could probably throw up a graphic when we go to edit this, but I did the one screen challenge. What would you burn? It's not for business. We're not selling these. What
What is a one screen challenge? I don't know what you're talking about.
I just made it up.
Okay.
I was, this was talking to our screen printers. Like if you're,
I like it.
If you could do your own screen and your own design, what would you do? And I said, here's the one I would do. And it's Betty with a, Dirty Harry.
Okay. So I didn't know if that was an actual movie she was in, or you just mixed Dirty Harry and Betty White together.
No, the Dirty Harry is the gun, but
well, yeah. But that's not in any movie,
picture,
right?
If you Google Betty White holding a gun, you'll see this, but it's a little snub. It looks like a Glock maybe, but it looks funnier with the 45. And this is an old file that an artist did years ago. We added the every rose because she was Rose on Golden Girls has its thorn.
So I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's
now it's coming into picture.
Yeah, that was Caleb. I asked Caleb, I'm like, dude, come up with something clever, because I had the picture, but I thought it'd be cool to have some text on there.
And so he came up with every rose has its thorn. He knew Betty's name was Rose.
Yeah, from Golden Girls. Yeah, I mean, she was,
Caleb is an interesting guy. Very, very good. But I don't know why I'm not knocking it. It's good. How is his thoughts on watching Betty White or Golden Girls and knowing that? It's interesting to me. Well, and you guys don't know Caleb out there, but I know him, and it's
our ink mixer.
Yeah,
there's some chemicals involved in there, so that might have inspired some of that.
Best rappers got the best lyrics off something.
Yeah, exactly. And he might have done his research. When I said come up with something, I had "Don't F with Betty." But I didn't know if that was, rated G enough.
Yeah. So you're going to start a series called what again?
No, I just did a video.
But now we're taking it to the next level, just like we took Betty White.
It's the one screen challenge.
So we're going to do a one screen challenge. Put it out there. Figure out what your parameters are, or what the description is. I still don't know, but it's a good idea. One screen challenge, and all the screen printers out there. Some of the manual guys will be like, all right, cool. I can do my one screen. Rush Order Tees, I don't know if you follow them. They do always doing some crazy stuff. I mean, it's with their print. So
and somebody actually responded like, I'm going to stitch this and do what the art that I would do. So I'll see if that comes to fruition or not. But the real thing on the one screen challenge is no matter where I was in my screen printing life, I always took time aside to get back to the basics where it was just cool printing a t-shirt, a one of a kind that you weren't trying to sell the world, but you got back to just the art of it.
Yeah.
Like I wear this shirt, it's going to get reaction from people. People are going to see Betty White with this Dirty Harry and they're going to be, oh, like that's cool. So that's what I was trying to be. You get tied up into the Joe's Roofing and all the work, you forget that it's cool to be a screen printer.
Cut. That's going to be your infomercial on One Screen Challenge. That last little bit.
Okay, yeah.
I mean, all these challenges are out there. I mean, people are doing water bucket challenge. Now there's just stuff where they have blindfolds and they go over top of their head and drop something on someone else. Have you seen that? Yeah. There's all these challenges. So start a screen printing type of challenge. Do a one screen challenge.
Yeah, and when I was trying to hashtag the video, the Betty White challenge came up. I'm not sure what that was all about, what it was, but
probably to see how old you can be.
Yeah. She lived to be 99 and died on
a couple days before her birthday.
Didn't she die like December 31st? Like she didn't make it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it was sad. I mean, it was just like she couldn't celebrate the new year. She was like, fuck it, I ain't going to live another year. I mean, maybe that was, the beauty of Betty. She was like, I'm done at this point.
She did a lot, but one screen challenge we're doing.
Okay.
So keep that on your list. I don't know how you're going to put it out there, what you're going to do, but we're going to start a little Texsource one screen challenge.
It needs to be some sort of contest. The contest rules will be forthcoming.
That's kind of hard to. You can figure it out if you want to do some kind of contest. It's going to be I feel like it's going to be hard to make it into a contest where we give someone something, because that means everybody has to tie in Texsource.
Yeah,
which is still good to do, but I don't know. think about it. Let me know.
You got to get lawyers involved to run a real contest. So you have to almost do it like,
yeah, we're not doing that.
Yeah, we're like the coolest one we like. You may get a package.
Well, all you need to do is just say what you said a while ago. Like,
Yeah.
we're always doing Joe Blow stuff. Let's get back to your basic screen printing life and make yourself a one-off shirt that no one else has. And, and this is the challenge I've challenged you with.
And hopefully that's a video that gets traction.
Because you caught my attention.
Yeah, in the end, you never know. Like when we were doing those TikToks at the show, I had no idea that the laser to screen was going to get 20,000 views, and then all the views we got on the M&R equipment.
Which laser to screen? The iMage?
Well, yeah, you remember you guys were, you and Adam were shooting something, and I just did a real quick.
I got 20,000 views.
Yeah, it's over 20,000. Yeah.
Did you tag Texsource, M&R, everybody?
Well, it was a Saudi thing, so I didn't tag them.
That guy.
Yeah,
that thing.
yeah.
Oh. Well, no wonder they see the lasers going back and forth. They just stare at it.
Yeah, it was. But see, it's totally. I cannot predict what's going to be a viral video.
Yeah,
it's in it's in the matrix. There's no true formula, so you just got to keep putting it out there.
So we got the one screen challenge.
Yeah.
We've got the Betty White ink that actually Texsource already has that actually. So
what, Betty? Oh, we do.
Yeah.
All right.
So number 3 is our traveling podcast. There's like 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 things we have, but all the main thing is M&R and that burning pallets sign. We got a lot of stuff we're trying to figure out. Long Beach. Yep. Long Beach is going to be here before we know it. I mean, it literally is the second week. I don't understand. So here's a question I thought of. Everybody likes taking advantage of your tax credits, end of the year, spend money type of deal. Long Beach is in January, right? Or yeah, it's in January. I think so. Or February, whatever. It's the first part of the year, and it's a massive show. You would think that it'd be the opposite way. Shows at the end of the year would get way more traction because of the tax credits, all that stuff you have. Yeah. But come to find out, your first show of the year in January, February, whatever it is, for screen printers, it's a massive show. I don't understand. Yeah, and part of it might be that you want to try to gear up for the busy season too. But you're right; it would be nice if Long Beach was right there towards the end of the year, as far as that's concerned. But we would just get drilled with pricing, though. Would we? We would. We'd just like, give me cheaper. Yeah. Yeah. There's, we're in a, we can't be in the toaster business. We're selling bread, we'll give you the toaster at a good price. We're not making much money. Then we'll sell you bread. It took me a while to figure out where you're going with that comment, but I understand now. Yeah. I mean, I think a lot of people think we make, shit tons of money off of equipment. And when all is said and done, because of the logistics and the setup and all of that, installation, it's creating. We're in the supply business, and that's why we do all the stuff we talked about, the education and trying to be your partner. People call here all the time, wanting to know how to do stuff, and I know you field the calls. I hope I've taken some of those off your plate these days. I hope, yeah. Yeah, they always run to me first, and say like, Mike, can you help this customer? and I love to do it, so it's a win-win for everybody. Speaking of toasters and bread, and we're in the bread business, not toaster business. Yeah, but the logistics, like you're talking about in screen printing equipment, the crating portion of it, M&R builds Fort Knox crating. Those freaking things are the amount of crating that's on these pieces of equipment. We can take what we have and build a house with it. Well, it's massive. It's so much in there. Yeah, the warehouse guy's already like talking about like, hey, can I have this? I think he's going to build himself like a she shed out of the damn thing, for his wife. You can literally. So the crating on M&R is it's good crating. It's you can build a she shed with it for sure.
Yeah, we're talking, that thick ass, what do you call it when it's got several layers, that multi-layered plywood, press, no, it's not press
Particle board?
No, it's not particle board. It's actually like the good plywood where they take several thin sheets and, press that, or glue it together. But yeah, I mean, those things are, it's amazing to see those. And what do we have here?
Well,
M&R sent us all this stuff.
Also, when we were at M&R visiting and going through the first initial stages, we took our salesmen and they had an entire wing. I mean, their place is massive anyway, but an entire wing was dedicated to woodworking. I'm not saying woodworking, but where they have all the products or the wood to create these nice crates.
Yeah.
I mean, they ship all over the world, so it's got to last. It's got to be on a crate on a ship going overseas somewhere. So,
yeah.
But what we have here is we have 2 autos, a dryer, a couple flashes, and that's just stuff from the show that we brought here. And not only from the show, we're getting a whole lot more stuff coming in from M&R, and we're gonna have a nice looking little showroom. It's gonna be fun.
So, are these ones that came here? Are they? Can we sell those, or is this gonna go in our so-called showroom?
I don't know.
So that's still up in the air. If somebody offers a good price, you're gonna be like, "Yeah, it's crated up, and ready to go."
I mean, I don't know I know what our plan is if we're here with equipment, but if we sell it, I don't know. Yeah, no, yes, maybe.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Well, I'm waiting on the manual to show up. The manual press. I printed on one of those for years at Adidas, and we need to get one of those in here for sure. Got a good deal on a couple manual presses right now. Hit us up. We do. They're sitting out here below us.
But also at the show, we saw our good buddies at PMI Tape. They've been with us forever. We've been with them forever.
Yeah.
PMI Tape's always great. They always supply us with the tape for our classes, and it comes with Texsource labels on it. The guys at PMI do a really, really good job. We're good buddies with them, so we got a video coming out with them.
Did you have the giant ass roll of tape?
Yes, we got the giant roll of tape in this video.
That was,
and even Andrew at PMI Tape, he went over some good topics, even stuff that I didn't even think about with the block out tape and that sort of thing. I'm just used to the same old quick rip split and keep moving, but we're gonna come out with a video with some good information on PMI Tape. So we met with those guys at the Printing United show. We met with Blue Water. Blue Water has a lot of good screen reclaiming equipment, screen cleaning equipment, the squeegee flood bars, that sort of thing. So we met with Blue Water, got some videos with those guys. Saudi, like you were talking about, that had 20,000 views on the TikTok.
Yeah.
We got a video with the Saudi laser to screen.
Saudi should give us a little, kickback for that.
Give us one of those machines.
Yeah, for our demo.
Yeah. Who else did we get videos with?
We did several interviews. I've dropped 2 of them. One was Marco, the guy, the technical guy on the Quattro. And then today, the Biebs himself, Zach Bieberstein.
Bieberstein, gotcha.
Yeah, Bieberstein he's the he ahead of all the digital products.
Another person we got videos with was Vastex. They have a lot of manual equipment, really good manuals, exposure. So we got a nice video with those guys. Got a lot of videos from Printing United, so it's going to be good to put that out there for you guys to see.
We'll sprinkle those.
It's a lot. I don't want to be repetitive with the same. We're at the Printing United show. Here's another video. So it's got to be splashed in somehow, some way. Because when I keep seeing the same Printing United video, when I'm referencing one person, that I see it over and over again, it gets annoying, and I just scroll right past it. So let's don't do that.
Yeah, well, we've got different. All of our stuff is different. Because we had 2 of us shooting there at the show, so we got different stuff there. But yeah, you can tell we haven't done a podcast in a while. We could talk for a long time here. But
could until 5:30, and then I gotta, or actually 5:20, because I gotta be in the car by 5:30.
yeah, we're
We keep talking.
we're 50 minutes deep.
Well, that's good. They have to listen. Whatever, they'll get over it. We haven't talked to them in a while. We need to plan. We'll start putting these podcasts out every Friday. Hopefully, get back into this the way we used to do it. The traveling podcast is going to be good. I got a few people lined up. There's a few others I want to reach out to that we can travel and speak to. Originally, we were going to do the Zoom type of podcast where we're sitting here and we bring someone on Zoom. But I think that might still be an option. But if we could do a travel podcast, that could be helpful as well.
Yeah, the technology in this lower building is forbidding some of that. To do like a live recording, I guess we could always fake it, but then it's going to be fake. But yeah, the taking the show on the road would definitely be cool to get inside the shops. I think anytime you do that, other people can see that and be inspired by seeing other people that are doing it, and
or they can feel bad about themselves, or better about how clean their shop is versus the ones we go in, or vice versa. The shops we go in are very clean versus what their shop might be. So
yeah,
they might think that they're not doing the right way. But
there's definitely things to learn from different shops. And I often ask Robin and Dwayne and Jacob.
Is it Jacob? What's Robin call him?
Jacob.
Not Jacob. No, it's not. It's
Jacoby.
What's that?
But he calls him Jacob too.
Yabok.
Yabok. Okay.
Yabok. I was trying to figure out what animal it was. Yeah, he calls him Yabok.
Is that some sort of Star Wars creature? I mean,
it is. What is Yabok? What's the Star Wars?
I don't know.
It's funny though. Yabok is. Anyways, Jacob's our salesman in North Carolina, and so there's a running joke, I guess. People call him Yabok.
Yeah, and I think that's Robin. Just playing like I'm the older guy, you're the younger dude. So he's going through this period of being sort of hazed, if you will.
A little bit, yeah. He's good though. He had fun at the show. So it worked
maybe
out.
Too much fun.
True. There was one night where he did, and that was the night you were not there.
Yeah,
that was the Aviant night, which it was a pretty good little. I guess I call it a mixer, but it's just all other vendors and customers, and food was good. I mean, it was a buffet. Nachos and cheese basically, and then drinks.
And see, Adam saved us from another mixer that was going to be on Wednesday night that they handed a thing out. I think you guys were taking some clients to dinner or something, and so it took us forever to find parking just to eat, but I was like, I'm down, like 3 out of 4 of us. And Adam's like, take me back to the hotel room. That's how much he did not want to go to the mixer. But he saved us.
Yeah.
Because, the next day, we were, bright and early. We were fresh.
Yep.
These shows, you can see the look on some of the faces of the vendors. And you think like, you had a rough night last night.
Yeah, Yabok did have one of those Thursday night. Yep,
Thursday night. Okay, yep. So he was dragging ass off Friday.
He was fine. Whatever. It's just a show. I mean, everybody's going out and with these vendors and doing stuff. So some people's tolerance is better than others.
Yeah. That's a good way to put that.
Yeah. So, but anyways, podcast number, whatever. It's been a while. We'll keep kicking, doing them. We'll be back soon. Anything else you want to add to it?
No, sounds good. We'll see you next time.
All right. See you guys.